This is the DNA Pest Control Podcast with your hosts, Daniel and Anthony.
What's up?
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Yeah?
Yep.
All right. Well, I hope everyone had an awesome weekend.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was fun.
Yeah, I hope everyone did too.
Yeah, I hope they were safe out there.
Monday is actually my weekend.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But still, I mean, I
It's
hope
my
it was
Sunday.
good because, you know, what's going on out in the world today.
Yeah, and it actually takes us to today's topic.
It does.
And I'm sure every company's heard of it, and I'm sure your fair share of employees have had their fair share of scares. The coronavirus.
Yeah. It's scary.
It is. It's very scary.
It's out there. It's
Very
real.
serious. Now, if you listen to the previous podcast,
We did talk about it.
talk,
Go back to Friday. It's going to be a great one.
we talked about a lot of things in that podcast.
We did. We went everywhere. But that's part of Free Talk Friday. That's what we
is,
get.
yeah.
So today is going to talk about a little email that's been circulating. I'm sure everyone's gotten it. If you haven't, then you're probably not in the pest control industry. But if you have, it's called DSV. Do you know anything about DSV, Anthony?
Enlighten me.
Enlighten. Okay. Well, DSV is an interesting product, guys. And the reason why we brought up coronavirus is because, lo and behold, DSV actually on the label, let me pull it up. I'll give you the exact verbiage. Oh no, where is it? It actually treats for the coronavirus.
Yeah, which is insane with all the scare going on right now. And there's a product that we can have our hands on that could kill this scary thing.
Yeah, so that says this product was evaluated and found to be effective in against the following viruses on hard, non-porous surfaces: canine coronavirus and human coronavirus. And then a bunch of other viruses you guys don't care about right now because no one's talking about them.
Yeah, it's not making everyone buy a bunch of toilet paper. So right now our concern is the coronavirus.
Oh, man. I can't tell you how many memes I've seen where it's like, Alexander showed me one. It was pretty funny. It was like a guy screaming, you know, what's going to kill you? And everyone screams, coronavirus.
Oh, my goodness.
And then he's like, what's going to kill you? He's like, coronavirus. And then he said, okay, what are we going to buy? And everyone says, toilet paper.
Oh, man, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I mean, yeah, people are funny. But so this product is actually out there. We use it, you know, we don't actually use it. We use a different product, but the pest control industry can use this product, and what it's meant for is actually for rodent droppings and cleanouts.
Yeah.
So whenever you're going into a, facility, even if you're cleaning up roach feces or anything like that, this is going to help you disinfect those areas and eliminate literally everything. I mean, this thing is actually it kills everything.
Yeah, it's a very good disinfectant.
Oh, we're talking about funguses, mold, mildew, mites, flies. You can do everything with this thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy. But yeah, so this is something that we have and we can use. Now the question is do we use it?
Yeah, now this is the big question because, one, you don't want to use it to where it looks like you're trying to take advantage of a scare or anything like that. And two, is it something that your company should even do? Should you change with the times? Should you keep your company up to date and up to par with breaking news and things going around the world? So now you have to ask yourself, should we have a service to, disinfect people's homes who are going to self-quarantine, who were sick,
And that was their big push.
Yeah.
Nisus, I think is their...
Yeah, that's
Nisus DSV. I don't know how to say it. Yeah.
Nisus.
Something like that. But whoever they are, they did a big push with that on an email.
Yeah.
Do you have a disinfectant service? Which, brings up a big question. Well, I'm in the pest control industry.
Yeah.
Can I even do a disinfectant service?
Can we?
Well, from everything I'm seeing, the answer is actually yes. Yes, we can.
Then what's stopping us? We should all be out there fighting this thing. Imagine how much good publicity that'll bring the industry.
Well, it could be good and bad. There's already been people that have, come up with fake cures to the virus, and they've been getting backlash pretty hard.
Yeah.
A lot of jumps in prices because people are riding this. And so that has been a big one where Amazon's regulated toilet paper prices, Costco's regulated to where you can only buy one.
Yeah.
So, a lot of these things, companies are frowning upon that, especially government.
Well, yeah, and it's like when we had the wildfires in California last year, and how rent was shooting up, and they're like, no, you can't do that. It's
they had to do regulation.
Yeah, you don't want to do price gouging and things like that.
Yeah,
but I mean, as long as you come from an origin of I want to help, I want to make a difference, I don't see anything wrong with offering a disinfecting service at all.
Yeah. So now the big thing is if anyone's going to jump on this, you need to make sure that you're clarifying exactly what this is going to do and how this is going to help. So now it is used for a lot of different things. It kills odors. It's a deodorizer. It does everything you can think of. Excuse me. But the one thing that you do have to realize, you got to tell customers, this is not going to keep you safe from a virus.
Yeah.
So if they leave and they go out to in a public place, they still can get sick. If they're sick and they go back home, the disinfectant's not going to take that virus away. It will kill everything in the moment for that 10 minutes that it's on the surface, but the second that it dries, it's done.
Yeah.
There's no more disinfecting going on.
Right. But now the only thing, but then that's why I kept bringing up, like, for people that are doing the self-quarantine, that are like, okay, the school's shut down in our area. Yep. I'm working from home. I want to be safe, and let's get rid of everything right now in my house. Yeah. No guests over. Yeah. And this is for that type of client that would want that, and that makes sense. It'll 100% help them. There's a guarantee behind that. This is going to kill everything in your home, and if you're not leaving or bringing anyone inside, you're going to be safe.
Yeah. So, I look at it as, if you're going to push it to your current clients, push it to your current clients. If you're going to try to go and advertise for it, you better be very, very careful advertising that. And the promises.
You definitely don't want to be like the company that's, we'll cure it. Yeah. Trying to sell this cure-all for the coronavirus.
Yeah. So, we're doing very minimal stuff. I did find a company online that does disinfectant, sanitizer, virucide. So it takes care of viruses. They clean up biohazards. But they do that. That is literally what the company does. They clean up blood. They go out to crime scenes and they're cleaning that stuff up. Yeah. So they dedicate to that. So we're not dedicating to cleaning up biohazards. But
no, definitely not.
So, so you got to make sure you're putting it out there that they understand what you're doing, what we can do. Yes, we're educated in spraying. We have all the PPE equipment. Yeah. We don't need to change anything in our industry. We just got to use the product.
Yeah. Well, and in our background, because we deal with pesticides, but at the end of the day, it's all chemicals, and we have all the proper training for chemicals, and we know how to read the label, and we know about the danger words and everything like that. Yeah. And the safety precautions that we need to take behind it. So at the end of the day, it's, hey, we are candidates to use this stuff and to help you out.
Yeah. So, so if you're going to use it, definitely do. You have the opportunity, to do that. I just would, for me, as a business owner, I'm throwing it out there. Be careful on what you're saying and what you're pushing, and be very clear about what it's going to guarantee, if you even are going to allow guarantees on there. Yeah. Me personally, I'm not going to guarantee anything. Uh-huh. So, if you can't, not with a sanitizer, not with a disinfectant. Yeah. You go in, you spray it. Yes, you killed everything that's on that specific surface. That's it.
Yeah, and I'll say the obvious disclaimer is this isn't your get rich quick scheme either. This isn't anything like that. No. This is if us as perfect candidates to help combat this virus, to help kind of calm down this mass hysteria going around. Everything's shutting down. Should we even consider it in the pest control industry?
And and I think we should, because I think there's a lot of things that we can do. As companies that go in, I was thinking about, because I'm at the gym. Yeah. And, it gets disgusting. Everyone goes, if they're sick, they go sit in the sauna, it happens. And so it makes a lot of sense to have somebody come in and disinfect. Yeah. But who?
Right. There you go.
Most cleaners don't. Yeah. So, using that to your advantage, restaurants, that's a big one. Mm-hmm. We do a lot of restaurants. We're already servicing restaurants. who's going to go in and disinfect that?
Yeah.
You know,
true. And if
even
we have the proper product.
Yeah, you know, even apartment complexes before someone moves in, we can go in and disinfect. Yeah, they have maids that can go in there and actually clean, which is fine. There's a big difference. So they actually, I did some research. So the health department does have specific differences between sanitizing, disinfecting, cleaning. There's different definitions for each one. That's why if you go and look on the label, it says a disinfectant, a sanitizer, and a viricide.
Yeah.
So it is actually specifically telling you each one that it takes care of, because there are different definitions for each one. So whatever you're going to go do, you need to make sure that you are clarifying what you're doing and you read the label, because the time that it sits on the surface varies.
Yeah.
And where you can even treat varies as well.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff on this label. I don't know how much in depth we want to go, but there's a lot of stuff on this label that actually says not for use in California.
Oh, really?
Oh, a ton of stuff.
In certain areas, or?
I'll just give you a quick example of it. I was actually shocked. Like, I was looking at it, I was like, oh my gosh, when am I going to actually read something that says you can use it in California?
Yeah.
And there are parts on there.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, it's a huge chunk that's like against it. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Oh yeah, right here. Okay, so let me get a short one, because they go through some pretty long paragraphs here. I'm just going to have to read one.
Well, yeah, just skim through it.
Yeah, so like, use this product to clean, sanitize, disinfect non-porous personal protective safety equipment, right? PPE, that's perfect. Protective headgear, hard hats, half mask respirators, full face breathing apparatus, gas masks, goggles, spectacles, face shields, hearing protectors, and hearing muffs. Rinse all equipment that comes in prolonged contact with the skin before reuse with clean, warm water and allow to air dry. This product is an effective antimicrobial cleaner designed for use by wholesale and retail florists, shippers, and greenhouses, not for use in California. So even though you can do all those things, it says you can't do that in California.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so you can't use it for those things in California.
For like the PPE and everything like that?
You can't clean your PPE with it, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then it has another huge, long list, deodorizing coolers and buckets. You can't use that. Garbage cans, you can't use it.
Oh, man, and coolers really get nasty, huh?
Yeah, well, even garbage cans.
Yeah, that must be all for like to protect waterways and stuff, right?
Yeah,
I'd assume.
Yeah, I'm assuming
like the ice, and where's the ice going to go when it melts? You're going to pour it somewhere.
Yeah, well, and I think a lot of them is, you like garbage cans.
Yeah.
It says rinse with warm water afterwards. So even your PPE equipment, where are you rinsing that water?
Oh, okay.
That's going straight down the drain. So I think that is a big one for waterways. But it goes through a bunch of different ones, and then it goes through actual what you can use it for.
Yeah.
Inside houses, the dilution rates, because it is different dilution rates for what you're trying to fight and what you're trying to do with it. So
yep. Now let me ask you this. So we've covered should our industry step into that market.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to ask you, as a business owner of the pest control industry, what do you recommend for other owners out there? How should they handle this scare? Should their office employees work from home? Should techs take extra, safety precautions while out on the field? What do you recommend?
Yeah, I think technicians should not be shaking hands. Excuse me. So something that I would do when I was out there, I would always tell the customer my hands are dirty. Mm-hmm. And so
I always make sure I have gloves on.
Oh, there you go. That's another good one. So every time they'd shake my hand, I'd be like, sorry, my hands are dirty. I just was touching everything. So, definitely they need to step up on that. Don't use the masks, the face masks. Guys, those don't work. They've come out on the news. Everyone's talking about it. Don't waste your money on it. Don't buy the guys that. On our trucks, we have alcohol wipes. Make sure you're disinfecting everything.
Yep.
We keep up on it. We do have hand soap in the trucks as well. They're always equipped with hand soap. So they can wash their hands after a job, or if they're going to go eat, they have that there.
Yeah.
But, really, I don't think we need to make a big change. I don't think we need to scare our customers either. I think I think all the banks have done that for us.
Right.
And any big company, I think they've done a really good job scaring everybody. But yeah, if you have a big office, send everybody home. They can work from home. Yeah. At least, here in our office, everything's internet.
For the most part, and that's not even just here. That's just all over it. A good chunk of everything could be done from home.
And if anyone's sick or slightly sick, or you think, don't work, you're not working.
And that's a big thing. Like if you're having meetings, weekly, monthly meetings.
Yep.
Just be on top of things like that. Because the last thing you need is for your whole route to be, treating your whole area. And, you got 8 technicians going out that are sick.
Yeah.
And then they're shaking hands with everyone.
Yeah. No, it's a huge thing.
Yeah. And you just got to be safe out there.
Yeah. Even the industry is known for it. So, no offense to anybody, but there's a lot of smokers in the industry.
Yeah.
If you smoke, a big thing that's actually on all the labels now is if you smoke, wash your hands before you smoke that cigarette.
Yep.
And so, if you're a chain smoker, whatever it may be, guys, you got to get on that. Like, you need to make sure you're washing your hands. You're
making yourself very susceptible.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And that's actually a big thing. We got into it on Friday, but that's a thing that why a lot of men are dying over women is because men are more likely to smoke, tobacco and have problems with their lungs than women. And that's what the coronavirus is actually attacking. So, guys, just make sure that, you're washing your hands, you're taking care of that, you're using the soap that's on the trucks. If you don't have the soaps on the truck, owners, get that on there because you need it.
Yeah, soap or hand wipes or, anything, man. Just to be safe. And, it's not a huge investment. It's just, you're going to have employees who don't care. You're going to have employees who are paranoid. You're going to have employees who want to call in for 2 months because they're, they want to go bunker up somewhere. I would just say, just take the safety precautions. Things like this happen. And especially with so much haywire going on right now, and there's so much mass hysteria, and there's just so much to this virus that, look, I think as a business owner or maybe manager, you owe it to your employees to understand that and to stay on top of it.
Yeah, and I agree with that. So it's just making sure that everything is taken care of. You're doing your part as the owner. Also, do your part as the technician. Do your part as the office staff. To making sure you're cleaning everything that you can. You're sanitizing what you can. Especially if you share a desk. I know in some call centers they do that.
Yeah.
Where they'll have a night shift, day shift. When you're doing that and you're doing that switch, make sure that everything's sanitized when you're sitting back down, or you're putting on that headset, or you're talking on that phone. But I think stay calm. Don't make this a bigger deal than it is.
Yeah, definitely don't shut down operations or send an email saying we're suspending your route due to the. You don't have to do anything to that extreme.
No, because technicians don't come in contact.
Yeah.
With a lot of people.
Just a knock on the door and that's it. And you're not even putting your fingerprints on everything.
No. So, and I mean,
except
and plus,
actually, hold on.
Uh-oh.
The doorbell.
The doorbell.
Oh,
watch out.
Man.
No one even touches those anymore.
What do you mean?
Well, because everyone has the Ring doorbell. I can just see you. You don't even need to ring it.
You still press it.
They get notified.
Oh, well. Well, everyone needs to be careful.
Yeah. No, it's just be careful out there. Yeah. Don't panic. Don't go too crazy. But, keep that in the back of your mind with this disinfectant. And even if you're not going to use it for a service, definitely look into getting it for your own office, because you can disinfect your entire office with it.
Yeah.
And deodorize things. The trucks, you can do everything with that. So
some trucks do need to be deodorized.
Yeah, some of those things, man. God.
Man.
But you can almost use it on any. It literally has such a wide, surface.
Yeah.
Other than you cannot, just so you guys know, I'm going to save you a bunch of time. You cannot put it on a food surface. A countertop you cannot use.
Right.
So anywhere where food is prepped, you cannot use it there. Anywhere else, it's free game. A table's game. Chairs are game, everything else. So just so you guys know. But definitely think about it. See,
Now, I have one last question for you in regards to the coronavirus.
Okay.
So do you feel that it may or may not indirectly affect the industry in any way? Do you think people are going to be a little bit more hesitant on picking up pest control or anything like that?
Well, I think any economic downturn we're seeing, everything's going to start coming to a halt with spending money.
Yeah.
A lot of people do that. The great thing is a lot of younger people. So I'm going to say probably in their 30s or younger, don't really care because it's not affecting them. The coronavirus isn't a threat to them. And so to anybody in their 30s or younger who own houses, things like that, they're still going to be looking for services. They're still going to want it. I don't think that's going to affect us too much.
Yeah.
I think there are people that are going to get hit hard. There's some companies here that I know who only have a lot of elderly people. I think that's going to be a huge hit.
That'll be tough.
Yeah. I think 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, I think they are going to stop everything. I think they're going to cut off all services.
Yeah. So would you say would you consider the coronavirus a minor speed bump for the industry? Very minor.
Yes. I think it's going to take out the weak. I think the strong are going to survive.
There you go.
And if you're one of the weak companies, you definitely look into changing your game plan, changing what you're doing now before this becomes an issue.
Yeah.
I do think it's going to pass. I don't think it's going to stay forever. I think this is just one of those scares. We've already been through so many.
Yeah, I'm running out of interest in it. I mean, I came up to when my high school years were 2012, the world's ending, and then before that there was a zombie apocalypse. It's just just everything, and it's called fear mongering, and they say fear sells. So
and the worst thing now is this hits so much harder because of social media.
Oh yeah, there's just so much more communication now. Before you'd have to wait till 5 o'clock at night or 10 o'clock at night to get your news, and then you'll talk about it the next day. Now it's instant.
Yeah, you can text each other. There's memes. Everybody's doing their thing, But everyone out there, just remember. I mean, if your company is changing, roll with those punches as technicians. Your job may change. I mean, it's not going to stay the same route. DWeb. Things like that, if it's going to be coming up into disinfecting schools, houses, restaurants, go with that change, roll with that change, learn those products. And if you're a technician listening and the owner doesn't even know about it, bring it up to them.
Yeah.
Let them know and have them show them, say, I'll lead this. And you can be that creator of that whole division that disinfects homes.
Yeah.
Because I think this service might be something that does take off.
It could.
Could create a huge new revenue stream for PMPs everywhere.
And imagine, just because of this podcast, there's some company out there that might implement it and they become the next big thing.
Well, I'm letting you guys know right now, I'm going to implement this. So if anyone else wants to ask any questions, I mean, right now in the time of need, we need to feed off of each other. So call. Yeah. Email, and then we'll reach out.
Oh, yeah.
And we can do a phone call. We can talk about what we're going to do. We can, talk about methods. I'm open for that. But this is something definitely we're going to do here. So whoever else jumps on board, good. I'm glad.
Great. Cool, man.
All right, guys. Well, once again, I hope everyone had an awesome weekend.
Yep. Hopefully.
And don't freak out too much. It's okay. Everything will be okay.
Yep.
All right, guys. See ya.
Hey guys, this is Anthony, and here's a quick reminder. We want to hear from you, whether you're a technician, owner, or operator. We want to hear your stories, whether it's a horror story on the field, a funny story with the client, or just something straight up crazy or weird you've seen. And how can you do this, you ask? Well, our email is dnapestpodcast@gmail.com. That's DANDA pestpodcast@gmail.com. You can follow us at Twitter and direct message us there at DNA Pest Podcast. That is D, the letter N, A, Pest Podcast. Follow us on Twitter. Or you can reach out directly through our website at dnapodcast.com. That's DANDA podcast.com. We want to hear from you, so let's hear it.